Hi, friends. It's Joni with Three Feathers Spiritual Wisdom, here with your weekly message from Spirit for the week of September 19th through the 25th of 2022. And I know that you're looking at me from a different perspective. You usually see me sitting in at the opposite end of the room and a painting behind me, but I had a remote Zoom client this afternoon, and I decided to just leave the setup as I had it for the appointment. So, the cards I'm using today for our reading is the Light Seers Tarot, and you get to pick an oracle card, either card A, B, or C, for your message, the Work Your Light Oracle Cards by Rebecca Campbell. Okay. Before I begin, I also like to say thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. I really appreciate the growth to my channel. I will try to do an astrology video this week. There's a few things on the astrology aspects of the week, and including a new moon. Yes, a new moon. So I'll do that separately. Okay, let's dive in. There's something very interesting to say about today's reading, but it begins with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is holding all these light bulbs here, which for me represent ideas. And swords, again, is about the air element or our mind and our thoughts. And the pages are messengers. So to me, this is about some aha moments this week, or new information coming in, or for clarity, or new ideas about opportunities or projects to begin. Something about and is all very interesting in the light of Mercury in retrograde, Mercury being the planet that rules information and communication. So what is coming in for you for messages? What aha moments might you have? What new information is going to give you clarity? The next card that came out is is interesting for a very different reason, and I'll explain. It's the 10 of Wands. It's the burden we carry. Now, yesterday on the 17th, I was in Kearney, Nebraska for the Soul Fest, and I read for about 11 people. I did tarot cards. And I need to tell you that this card kept coming out for almost all the readings. There's a couple that it didn't come out at all. But it came out for enough readings that when it kept appearing, I said, "This card again?" And I brought this deck along. So this card keeps coming out for everyone. It's the burden we need to release, or we will be releasing. Because it is a 10, that is the end of the cycle. That is a completion happening. So I guess I have to ask, what burden do you need to release? What burden do I need to release? What burden needs to be released for everybody that I saw yesterday? What is the burden you are carrying that needs to be released? Will this new information help do that? All I know is the next card that came out says whatever we are carrying needs to be released or will be released. It's the Fool. The Fool has no burdens that it's carrying. Even in the traditional Rider Waite Tarot, The Fool has a stick with a small knapsack on the on it, very small, as if he carries no baggage with him. It's time to let go of the baggage. The new start has to begin. You have to let go of some of the things from the past again to make room for the new ideas, the new opportunities coming in. So the Fool, the new start, the fresh beginning, where this person is carefree. They're not necessarily being foolish, they are trusting spirit. Trusting spirit that everything will be okay, that once you let go of whatever has been comfortable to carry, it will allow the new to come in. Wow. The last card that came out is the Emperor. And this for me is once this new beginning begins, excuse me, this burden is lifted. I want to say you're leading the way in your own life. Everything is on an even keel. This guy, the Emperor, is a just yet firm, I'm going to sneeze again, firm leader, but caring as well. He wants to lead in an ethical way. The Emperor came up a few times yesterday, and what I feel about the Emperor that we need in this world, we have way too many leaders that are unethical, that are greedy, that only are in the leadership role for themselves, whether this is government or corporations or at any other place you will encounter leaders. We need more ethical leaders, people who actually lead to help a group of people and who cares about the condition of those people. So, where does this all begin? It begins usually with us. Everything begins with us. So we get the ideas, we we let go of the burdens, we start over, and we lead our own way. I think it's a powerful message for this week, especially as this keeps coming up. I mean, wow. Okay. So we are at the part where you have hopefully chosen your personal message. Card A, B, or C. Tap into your intuition. Pause the video if you need to. For those of you who got picked A, this is your message. Ooh, let's see if I can do it without all the glare. There we go. There we go. It's birthing a new age. It's it's the Fool in another way. Okay, let me read what it says. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Now, this can be done for the collective if we're all thinking of the same dream of a world, but it also substitute the word life for world. You can dream and create your new life all on your own. And it's about manifestation in your mind. So you may be in the process of doing that. You're birthing your new world that you will lead. For those of you who picked B, this is a very interesting card. It is the Age of light. And what it says below is, you've been training for this for lifetimes. Now, let me tell you what the message is that I got off this card when I put it down. And that is the age of light workers. I'm a light worker. I bring light to people through my gifts of intuition, psychic abilities, getting messages off of these cards, my clairaudience, my claircognizance, my clairvoyance. So I have this gift, but I may have had this gift through other lifetimes that I've been using it. There is, in the esoteric and metaphysical world, I've learned and read and listened to others. There's supposed to be a big awakening for people, and that light workers will be needed to help. Now, there are a lot of scammers out there. If you are like uh, on Instagram or other things, um, there's so many scammers. They're not the true light workers. True light workers don't go texting you, and I certainly will not. You have to approach me if you want a reading. I'm not going to go and solicit you in a private message. But light workers are needed for this great awakening. Light workers are needed that have these gifts to help people understand that they can connect directly with the spirit world, their own spirit guides, their own angels. In a way, you don't really need me either. You need your own abilities, but light workers have are leading the way to help people with that. Okay? So, if you pick this card, that means you're a light worker too, whether you know it or not. You bring light to the darkness. For those of you who picked C, you got the card of no. And it says wait, postpone, pause, say no. Now, I want to say, listen carefully to the wait, postpone, or pause. Maybe now is not a good time, but it doesn't necessarily say no forever. No for now on whatever it is that you may be doing, whatever it is that is a decision. Maybe it's no until Mercury goes direct. Sometimes making big decisions during Mercury retrograde is probably not a good idea. And there's a number of other planets that are retrograde as well. So maybe it's no for now, but not no forever. So look around at what you need to pause, or what has naturally been paused due to circumstances, and don't push the pause. Don't push on trying to make it go when it needs to pause. Just let it unfold and then come back and revisit it, because it just says wait, postpone, pause, say no, and I'm going to say for now. All right, so those are the messages that I have for you. I think, again, it's a very interesting week. I'm probably going to be calling it something about releasing our burdens, because that seems to be the theme over the last 2 days. And maybe that's also a message to me. And I think it's a message to everyone. So, what do you need to release? Take care. Many blessings to all of you, and have a wonderful week.